As the Chicago Bears move deeper into their offseason program, one name is beginning to emerge from the pack on the offensive line: rookie left tackle Ozzy Trapilo, the second-round pick from Boston College. While it's still early in the process, Trapilo is making a strong case to be the team's starting left tackle when the regular season kicks off. Reports from organized team activities, OTAs, have indicated that Trapilo is beginning to earn valuable first-team reps, particularly during the recent open practices, where he took all the snaps with the starting offensive line. This marks a shift from the earlier OTA sessions, when he worked primarily with the second and third units. Whether this is part of a rotational approach or a signal that Trapilo is climbing the depth chart remains to be seen. However, his quick ascension hasn't gone unnoticed. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson has praised Trapilo's early performances, particularly highlighting his football IQ, an essential trait for offensive linemen who must quickly diagnose defensive fronts and communicate protection schemes. Johnson noted that the coaching staff is intentionally moving players around to evaluate depth and versatility, but the reps Trapilo is receiving with the starters are significant. With veteran Braxton Jones recovering from injury and Kiran Amegadjie also in the mix, the left tackle spot is one of the most important and contested positions on the roster heading into training camp. What's more compelling is that Trapilo's early reps weren't just token opportunities. Observers at practice have noted that he held his own against the defense, even drawing favorable comparisons to Darnell Wright, the team's starting right tackle and a former first-round pick. In particular, one media report suggested that Trapilo looked more consistent than Wright during one OTA session, a notable development considering Wright's track record as a solid contributor. Whether it's a sign of a true position battle or simply part of the Bears' evaluation process, Trapilo has captured the coaching staff's attention and perhaps earned the trust required to stake a legitimate claim as the starting left tackle in Week 1. The excitement surrounding Trapilo isn't just based on OTA performance. There's mounting evidence that the Bears' front office and coaching staff targeted him deliberately in the draft, and they believe he could be a foundational piece on the offensive line. A behind-the-scenes look into the team's draft process offered insights into how highly Trapilo was regarded. In internal conversations, team leaders discussed the possibility of trading down in the second round, but only if they were confident Trapilo would still be available. General Manager Ryan Poles emphasized that there was a significant drop-off in offensive tackle talent after Trapilo, underscoring how critical it was to secure him. This was not a spontaneous selection. Trapilo was a priority target. Even more revealing was Assistant General Manager Ian Cunningham's comment after the pick was made. Rather than saying they drafted an offensive lineman, Cunningham declared, "We got our offensive line." That subtle but powerful phrasing suggests that the team views Trapilo as a missing piece to an offensive line they've worked hard to assemble over the past year. The offseason additions of veterans like Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, and Drew Dahlman have fortified the interior, while Darnell Wright holds down the right side. In that context, Trapilo could be the final puzzle piece, someone who completes a potentially top-tier offensive line unit. Moreover, the coaching staff continues to rave about Trapilo's intelligence and technique, two critical areas that separate average linemen from elite ones. His ability to communicate protections, adjust to blitzes, and handle complex assignments is evident, even without pads on. These traits are typically difficult to teach, and the fact that a rookie is already showing this level of awareness bodes well for his long-term development. While it's important not to overreact to early camp reps, there's no denying that Trapilo is doing everything right to prove he belongs. And given the current landscape at left tackle, with Jones recovering and Amegadjie still developing, it wouldn't be surprising if Trapilo continues to earn more starting reps as mandatory minicamp and training camp approach. Let's start with contractual control. Trapilo, as a second-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, is under contract for 4 years. In contrast, Braxton Jones, the Bears' current left tackle, was a fifth-round pick and is entering the final year of his rookie deal. That means any long-term commitment to Jones would require an extension or a costly franchise tag. Even if Jones performs well in 2024, he would be in line for a new deal, and left tackles, especially average to above-average ones, don't come cheap. The going rate for even modest starting tackles hovers around $15 million annually, while elite tackles can command north of $25 to $30 million. The Bears, having already committed serious money to their interior line, will be hard-pressed to pay both Jones and Wright long-term. On the other hand, Trapilo's rookie contract represents incredible value. His cap hit this season is expected to be around $1.4 million, giving the Bears 4 years of potentially starting caliber play at a fraction of the cost. If Trapilo can match or even slightly exceed the performance level of Jones, the financial incentive to go with the rookie becomes overwhelming. You're essentially getting starting left tackle play at backup-level salary, freeing up cap space for other key positions or future extensions. Additionally, the Bears' decision to invest in Trapilo with a second-round pick speaks volumes. NFL teams don't typically use high draft capital on offensive linemen unless they expect those players to start within the first 2 years. In Trapilo's case, if he isn't starting by the beginning of year 2, it would raise questions about the pick itself. But with how things are trending, the Bears may not need to wait that long. There's also the broader roster dynamic to consider. With Darnell Wright likely due for a major contract in the coming years, and interior players like Thuney, Jackson, and Dalman already under lucrative deals, the Bears simply can't afford to pay everyone. Trapilo gives them a much-needed solution to that problem, allowing them to lock down a key position while maintaining roster flexibility. In short, Trapilo offers the perfect blend of upside, affordability, and long-term fit. He has the physical tools, the intelligence, and the opportunity. The front office clearly believes in him, and the early returns are promising. If he continues on this trajectory, it won't just be about winning the starting job. It will be about anchoring the left side of the Bears' offensive line for years to come. Ozzy Trapilo may be a rookie, but the stage is set for him to make a major impact in 2024. Between his growing on-field performance, the coaching staff's confidence, and the team's long-term vision, he's emerging as the best option, not just for now, but for the future.